How's it going, my super friends? I am M17. Thanks for watching the vid. Hey, I'm back to my setup. I'm back to my apartment, and I just read Green Lantern Earth 1. It's a long ass graphic novel, but man, it was fun and it was different. I really liked it. I hope you guys did. If you read it, I hope you did, because this is so different, so entertaining, unique, really cool. It's less a superhero's journey and more a science fiction epic, you know? The latest release in the Earth 1 series takes the mythos, the Green Lantern mythos, it complete with all its trappings, and just strips away years of world building. It's not like big stuff to present this new take, which it feels familiar but also brand new. Yeah, it's weird, right? This writing team of Gabriel Hardman and Corinna Bechko, they did their homework, man. They know their stuff. They know the Green Lantern lore. This is like a modernized origin story, which could arguably been what we should have gotten when DC relaunched their New 52 era, right? Really like this one more. This is continuity free, so don't worry about messing, like having errors or loopholes or shit like that on this Green Lantern, this Hal Jordan character. And generally these books don't stray too far from the norm. The biggest change in Batman Earth 1 is the fact that the Dark Knight is like, he's not as good as a traditional counterpart, our Batman. Wonder Woman Earth 1 was she went back to the golden age stuff, like her trappings and the bondage subtext. Yeah. So this Earth 1, Green Lantern Earth 1, feels like the first case where these creators really tried to rethink the character and the universe in which they operate. This whole beginning sequence, let me see, here. All of this, all the beginning sequence, like exploring, it was so heavily influenced by Alien, the movie, and they made the right call, man. It did feel really cool. Not super horror stuff, but really nice, a thriller. I liked it. It shifted the setting to one where space travel is really dirty and it could be scary business. There's a weight to this opening of the book where we are introduced to Hal Jordan, our Hal, who he's a little worried from a life he feels he has failed to live up to its potential and having a troubled past. I admire that the writing team has kept Hal true to some of his Silver Age roots that they have been lost over the years, and while Hal is once again a man with a scientific mind, because Hal here is really, really intelligent. It was cool to read again. It doesn't mean that he is not willful and he can push through barriers and break limits, you know, like the character he is right now. But putting Hal Jordan in a more grounded universe, Hardman and Bechko seem to have put a lot of energy into rethinking how the character works from the ground up. Look at this shot. I love this one. Like he first gets the ring and the energy. So I'm going to be talking about the art in a little bit. So cool. Grabbing the ring. This gamble they did, it paid off, dude. This version of Hal seems like Mark from The Martian, you know, with a power ring. Schwartz drew heavily from a lot of science fiction stories of time back then, and this version once again finds inspiration from the same genre, and I loved it. Something really unique, of course, is the astronaut. He's not a pilot, he's like an astronaut now, but also the ring. I talked about the ring right now. Some familiar elements are changed from what longtime fans have come to know about the Green Lantern rings and the places that certain characters have in the ongoing story of the Green Lantern Corps. This Earth 1 strays away from the notion of the journey of a chosen one, you know, who rises above simply because he was meant to. That puts Hal in a position where his success is not guaranteed, and every triumph feels earned, like he worked for it. Like he doesn't know what the hell is going on. He's just trying to survive and do right. And it feels really cool. And while the Green Lantern universe is not completely different from the original source material, there is enough that is really different to give the reader a sense of discovery over experiencing something new. And we are learning right along with Hal. Like, what is this? What does this do? What can I do with this? What the fuck is this, a ring? Why am I not wearing a ring like the way it's supposed to be in my finger? I don't know how. This is a complete deconstruction and a reinvention of lore that is really refreshing and new without ignoring the importance of remaining true to the core concept that is at the very center of the Green Lantern franchise. Yep. The world, what else? The world, the universe that this writing team is creating or created is really harsh, gritty. It makes Hal's journey of discovery one that is filled with brutal challenges that will leave anyone feeling just hopeless and ready to give in. This whole Kilowog training sequence, really cool. Also, the Kilowog thing is really cool because it's different. In the original one, Kilowog is super rude and tough and poozer, and he is training Hal. And then in this one, Kilowog is gentle and polite, proper, a scientist, and he's asking Hal to teach him. It was really cool, just the parallels there. Hal's perseverance and will to see what's over the next ridge, it just drives him forward as a whole new reality just unfolds in front of him. And this is not some glamorous space adventure, but one that is really grounded in reality, where like lethal threats just lie around every corner, which makes Hal's adventure and his eventual triumph a great tale, you know? There are plenty of seeds planted throughout the comic, throughout this graphic novel, for additional volumes. Like, let me see if I can find it, because there's a lot of pages, and I don't know if I can find the one I'm talking about. The Guardian, I'm just skipping a lot. The Guardian is evil, Surviving Guardian is evil, and the Yellow Lanterns exist. Fuck, I'm not gonna be able to find it. It's a lot. Well, let's just, okay. So, in this universe, there's a Guardian that is evil. And he is constructing the Yellow Lantern Corps. It's not Sinestro. Sinestro is a Green Lantern, and the Guardian is evil. And Volume 2 of Green Lantern Earth 1 could be the Yellow Lanterns rising up and finally taking the fight to these Green Lanterns. It'll be so lit. I'm so excited to see that. Volume 2. Sinestro. I guess, right? I don't know. It's not official. Nobody said Sinestro. But yeah. Hartman, he not only co-wrote the story, but he also provides this amazing artwork, making the chore of visualizing what the writer intends really easy. Space is dark, dude. Space is really dark and a hard place to exist. And Hartman captures all of that with gritty realism. Let me go to space, 'cause I want to talk about space first. All this space stuff. It's really, really nice. Look at this. Hal is also, he is far less the muscle-bound alpha male than a realistic looking human being placed in this situation against overwhelming odds. And I like that. His depiction of alien life is also much better than Green Lantern fans expect from certain familiar races and original creations which just stir the imagination. This book is really dark, and the color work by Jordan Boyd just keeps the palette muted. This also helps the tone a lot. This works fine for the real world sensibilities that the book relies on, and it also makes for a nice contrast when the power rings power up come into play. With a brilliant contrast of bold greens. This splash page was one of my favorites of the whole graphic novel. This, when he just fucks up the Manhunter. Look at this. Fuck. Just appreciate that. Hal truly brings the brightest day to the blackest of nights in this barren universe that seems bleakly devoid of color. The alien characters also look like alien in many cases, not just simply humans with funny looking heads. This more realistic approach only falters with Hartman's depiction of the Manhunters. So look at the aliens. They actually look like aliens. The Manhunters look super cartoony. They have the cartoonish quality in them that it just clashes with the rest of this universe. That's the biggest negative in art, in my opinion. Just the villain, which just didn't like it. Really cartoony. Also, a big negative was the pacing. I mean, all of DC's Earth 1 books have struggled with pacing, and this is no exception, as unfortunately, yeah. The graphic novel format is too much, and it's just it's not ideal to contain these stories the creators are trying to tell. Beko and Hartman show more ambition than most when it comes to the scope of this origin story, but there are still a lot of compromises that they did. You know, they have to be made. The third act, let me skip into this whole third act. This third act just feels super rushed. Like, okay, pump it up, man. We're gonna push to make this happen already. Truncated, you know. Some characters are just dropping out of the story abruptly. Others are never being given the full due, a chance to shine, literally and figuratively. Some characters that most would consider vital to Hal's origin story, like Sinestro, they're like a cameo status characters, or just don't appear at all. As effective an overhaul as this Earth 1 revamp is, it's just hard not to wonder how much it could be improved with a longer page count. Just make it longer so you can fix the pacing, or convert it into a limited series, 6 or I don't know, 8, however much you need. I don't know. Super amazing Power Ring stuff though. And I don't want to talk a lot more because it's a super long graphic novel and I just can't cover every single sequence. But I really liked it, dude. This Green Lantern Earth 1 is a great first installment. It has its negatives, and what I hope will be several more adventures of this different take on the mythology. Beko's and Hartman's re-envisioned Green Lantern is a breath of fresh air for the franchise. It's well grounded in reality and filled with fantastic stuff. This is a science fiction tale of redemption and rebirth that is relevant to the times. Really enjoyed it. Hope you guys too. If you did, of course, let me know in the comments down below. Look at the sketchbook. I am Memo Acebo. If you enjoyed, please click the like button, man. If you read the book, leave me a comment with your review. Did you like it? Did you not? Do you want to see more volumes? Volume 2? Do you want to see the Yellow Lanterns, the Evil Guardian? What's up? Let me know. You didn't like it? I don't know, man. Tell me what's up. Follow me on my social media, my Twitter, my Instagram. Memo Acebo. Go ask me some questions. I don't know, whatever. Request videos. I'm down. More content coming your way. I'm back in my setup, so more videos, news coming back. Really cool stuff. I'm working on my YouTube banner, finally getting like a good YouTube banner that's coming up real soon. Really excited about that. This Wednesday of Comic Book Day, bombs are dropping. Doomsday Clock and Metal. So it's gonna be badass for us. Stay tuned for that. You're gonna enjoy this hangout. It's gonna be really cool. Let me know if you want me to do a live stream with those comics, like this format but live. Tell me if you'll like it. I don't know, maybe you'll do. Again, subscribe so you don't miss any of that. Click on the bell icon so you don't miss the videos. And of course, my friends, I'll see you in the next one.